Hey everybody, thank you for coming. I'm honored to be the bishop of one of the greatest dioceses in the Episcopal Church. We have some 87 churches and a camp and conference center. And up until yesterday, we had been unmarred by any kind of violent act anywhere near what we saw. We are deeply saddened. We're horrified, and we pray for those who have been affected. And we're going to do everything we can to support them and help them through this terrible time. And I think I just made a giant statement in the other room, and so if anybody would like to ask me anything specifically, I'd be happy to entertain that.
Bishop, you've spoken, I believe, of course, to members of the church and leaders there. What's sort of the sentiment, how they're feeling right now, dealing with all this?
How's who feeling?
The members of the church leadership there.
At St. Stephen's,
yes.
As you might imagine, they're sad, a little bit scared, a lot scared, in shock and disoriented.
Bishop, have you spoken with family members of any of the victims?
Yes, I have.
How are they doing?
They are coping with the reality as it unfolds really well. They have lots of people around them. Some of them are not yet here, and they're very sad, of course, and shocked.
Police say the shooter would occasionally go to the church. So what is your message today to people who, might be afraid to go to church? I know people often think of church as a safe place to go, and then you hear something like this happening.
I think church is a very safe place to go, and yet we do open our lives and ourselves because we're called by Jesus to do that, and we welcome everybody. And so, we're going to do everything we can to make sure that it's a safe place. We believe it still is a safe place, and so we're going to work to make sure that that is true.
Bipartisan group of senators trying to come up with ways to prevent these kinds of mass shootings from happening again. As they potentially allow this to slip through their fingers, there's hints of that right now. What's your message to the lawmakers in D.C.?
I think there's something everybody can do to try and help prevent this from happening, but my message to them would be work hard.
Do you feel like they've done their job?
I have no idea. I really don't. I have no idea.
Bishop, did you know Walter Rainey or Sarah Yeager personally? Did you know the victims?
I did. I had met them, but I, had not seen them in several years.
Can you talk about their spirit and just what it meant for that community to get together for that potluck?
Well, I think they were all excited to be there. I think what it meant for them was a gathering of friends, and like you would imagine, they've known each other. They were all very involved in their church and well known on various altar guild and various activities. So I think the church has got a lot to mourn. I think there's nothing else we would rather have done than do what we did, which started last night in the parking lot at Publix, and some of y'all were out there, you saw them. And those were not just people from St. Stephen's, those were people from everywhere. Those were not just Episcopalians, those were people from all the churches in Birmingham. Because when Christians are slapped, they try to reach out in love. That's what we do. And we try to pray for guidance which is beyond us when things beyond us are happening. And I think that bishops should say they're proud of their people, but I am proud of my people for praying, for hitting their knees right away.
Will you, as church leaders, get together and maybe go over security plans? Will anything change with your churches?
We are going to put together a group to look at, just to be as careful as we can, to look at all ways that we can make every one of our churches as safe as we possibly can make them. We preach the gospel of Jesus, which is what we tried to do today, and we're going to keep on doing. And we're going to help everybody walk through it by reminding them that we're a people of hope. And so Sunday there will be services all over the y'all should come. Y'all should come to church. Go to a church this Sunday. If this doesn't do anything for you but make you do that, that's an incredibly good thing. Go to a church and pray for peace and pray for healing and pray for the love of Jesus to transform the world. Do that on Sunday. Do that every day. But we will do it on Sunday, and hopefully we'll do it at St. Stephen's.